We are looking at problem number 81 from page 213, and we have a piecewise function. We're looking at its graph and asked to determine the intervals of the domain for which the function is increasing, decreasing, and constant. And when it says determine the intervals of the domain, it refers to just x values. So intervals of x values will be our answer. And the other part here for which it's increasing, we're talking about y values are increasing. Decreasing, y values are decreasing. And constant, y values are constant. And when we think about increasing and decreasing, we're thinking about as we move from left to right, as x moves from left to right. So let's look at the graph, and let's see if we can find an interval for which it is increasing. You're not always going to have an increasing, a decreasing, and a constant for every single problem. This one, let's see. Take a look at this section right here. Do you see the y values going up as we move from left to right? I don't. I see the y values going down, so that is decreasing. This section here, as we move from left to right, do we see the y values going up? Nope. Again, they're going down, so that is decreasing. And this section here, do we see the y values going up? Nope. We see them staying the same, so that is constant. So none of these are actually increasing. Now, sometimes students get confused by that because a couple of reasons. One is they think that you need one of each, and the other reason could be because of this arrow pointing up. It makes you think if it's pointing up, it's increasing. But remember, we're only looking for what's happening to the y values as x moves from left to right. So we've established that we have no answer for the increasing interval. We'll move on to decreasing. We noticed that there were two intervals where the y values were decreasing. It was here and here. So now we write the intervals. Okay. Your graph has some ordered pairs labeled where it gives you the x value and the y value of the point. But when you're writing the intervals of the domain, you're only addressing x values. So from x equals what to what. So for this piece right here, we have it going all the way to the left, so that would be negative infinity, and it's stopping at -2. Negative infinity to -2. Those are the x values for which the y values are decreasing. And because we have the closed circle, we're going to put the closed symbol, the square bracket, on that interval. And since we have a second interval, we're going to put U for union, which means or. So answers in this one or the next one. And now for this one here, this is the point 3, 1.5, but all we care about is the 3. And since it's a closed circle, that would be a square bracket. And it's going from that x value to what x value? Well, it just keeps on going down and to the right, so going off to infinity. And lastly, for the constant, we have this section right here. From what x value to what x value are the y values constant? Looks like this one here is x equals -2, and this one here is x equals 3. And because those are open circles, we don't include those endpoints, so we just have -2 to 3, open brackets. And again, we're not using these y coordinates at all. It's great to have them there, but they're not part of the answer because in our answer, we're just looking for intervals of the domain.